Hello, I'm Atrayo, otherwise known as my proper name, Ivan Pozo-Illas. I'm an angelic oracle imagineer, which is basically I do automatic writing, which is a form of clairvoyance. And I've been channeling angels for the past 21 years in a dialogue I call the Jewels of Truth series. And these YouTube videos are of my newest content that I put up on my blog site. So uh, today is actually, let me see, Tuesday, October the 11th, and I'm going to share. And these are from my blog post, Atrayo's Oracle, which has been on Google's Blogger for the past 11 years. And today's reading will be on the topic of wisdom in general. And the number series would be 2338. So I've been writing my heart away for these past couple of decades. I have three books, also by the same name of the Jewels of Truth series, available on paperback, Kindle, Nook, or PDF, and then that's just a shameless plug there. And each of those books have 365 of these spiritual wisdom angelic statements, and they're formatted in an A to Z manner, so it's not in chapter form. So it's easier to reference for people who are the readers. And I'll start off with today's reading. It's about 6 paragraphs long, and it's on the topic of wisdom, and it's number 2338. In life, when one has lived long and hopefully well enough, surrounded by dear family and friends at large, there comes a flood of memories, whether we seek them out or not, that some call as nostalgia or melancholy. No matter which one you observe, don't be a victim of regrets. Instead, do live with forgiveness as warranted. Be this upon the well-intentioned innocent ones and the horrid guilty as sinners alike. For any such regrets can eat you literally alive from inside out, much like a corrosive emotional acid of the mind and heart. This is why it is imperative to grant yourself forgiveness each time as a living mercy of God within you, dear one. As a young person, many believe that hardly a wrong can injure them permanently, most having been untainted by the world as deeply as others. Mark our words, dearest one. Do what you can when you can in life. Moments can easily shift into lost opportunities. What you think you can achieve today becomes ignored and taken for granted. Realize this living moment without complacency. Get the help that is needed and wanted to always aid your efforts. If no sincere, trustworthy help can be found, then adapt your strategies. Do what you can on your own until help does appear in due time. Be creative, mustering the good faith you have and not waiting for anyone's permission to go ahead. Just do it and calculate what corrections are needed, if any, moving at your pace alone and not others. If indeed your wits and charms fail you, then simply do without as best as you can temporarily. Until that is, you can cope to regain your traction by doing what you can to take another repeated venture towards your initiatives, whatever they may be in good conscience. Fear and anger will surely surface. These may be valid, but don't allow such emotions to distract you from what is calling you forward. Have sufficient confidence to understand that your predicament isn't final as of yet. These hard-fought achievements are openly laid out lesson plans to wrestle with as living themes in your life each time. Allow them not to defeat you. But do your best, but to be your best, teachers helping you to learn new life skills to carry on with tenacity. Sorry about that. Take these raw emotions encountered and blend them into the sweetest nectar of success by having compassion for yourself and strength. This also stipulates that you put down no one in their near equal journeys of your own. All of us are suffering together in the world. Don't create a tragedy when a personal victory is at hand. Be humble in your pain, for countless others can claim superiority in their pain from the world in regards to your own. In a similar stride, do not become obscene in angry outbursts and or violence, for what you give in such a manner will turn you into what you fear the most in life. Don't be a martyr by sacrificing your grace upon the stupidities of another's folly. Meaning, do not recklessly throw your self-worth away when another's bad call asks you to fall on their sword as a noble but useless gesture. Let the other take responsibility for their actions. Do not enable another to walk away without living up to their own consequences, especially if such and such a person has no courage to act in their better interests by letting others suffer in their place instead. To force yourself to help does no good in the longest run, for all lasting help only succeeds when one's resolve is strongest. All understanding requires copious amounts of patience, followed by much contemplation. There is also the question of becoming weak through exaggerated inaction. Often the timing when to act will seem opaque and confusing. That is when you must start, even if you start off half-cocked. You will make up the rest as you go along in dedicated intentions. Things unexpected in common hours you will notice, and these lucky breaks you will seize to help you out. The tendermost spot is to act in moderation with an identical moderated attitude, to carry you through thick and thin in spite of appearances. Lastly, always have room for love unconditionally in your heart, so you may know peace repeatedly in your life, for that is how the angels triumph with God forever. Amen. And that's it for that statement, 2338 on the topic of wisdom. So hope you enjoyed it, and if you wish to learn more about what I do, my website is jewelsoftruth.us. That's jewelsoftruth.us, and you'll see my dozen or so social media links in there, and my other services that I offer for hire as a mystic or a sage, and also as a dream interpreter. So basically my psychic mediumship, angelic abilities, I guess you could call them, are in the archetype of sort of like Joseph in the Old Testament with the Pharaoh. I'm more or less sort of like that. So to give you an idea. So thank you for watching, and have a good day now. Bye bye.